I spent my whole life fighting. I grew up in a very poor country. We gotta fight our government, we gotta fight to eat, we have to fight for our life. To be a fighter, you have to give everything that you have. The food you eat, the recovery, the training. I had the chance to be on the UFC, to make it. No one trained harder than me. No one did the sacrifice that I did. My mind was strong. I was in my best shape. Everything was perfect. I did everything with my hands to make it happen.
On the other side is Roybert Echeverria, and you can hear the support that he has. Laura, I don't think anybody's had this big a fan section on a Tuesday night so far.
I cannot get over it.
I was so close. Everything that I worked for, to my dreams, to make it, I was so close.
Echeverria continuing to soften up that left leg, and now he goes up. Oh! Roybert with the counter shot sits down Echeverria. How has he recovered from that?
He's not.
He's hammering away.
I fell short. When I got back from Vegas, it hit me hard. After everything that I've been through, I was just trying to make sense, to figure it out on my head.
You gotta listen to me, man. When we're on the ground, I feel like we're not threatening enough. Yeah, we're going for Kimura and stuff like that, but you're forgetting about the leg game a little bit. Those leg games create scrambles and it helps you get out. You know what I mean? So you gotta go back and forth. Nice, nice, almost out, beautiful.
This loss has become part of me. It has opened my eyes to what I can become. If there's anything that my country taught me, it was how to fall and how to get back up again. Because what doesn't break you will make you stronger. I'm Roy, the Unbroken Echeverria, and I will be the UFC champion.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Real Talk with Rye. Today, we have the unbroken one, Roy Echeverria. Hey, man, it's a pleasure having you, bro.
Hey, what's up, my man? Nice to be with you here.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you, man. So, first, let's start. So, are you really into this Mike Perry, Jake Paul fight? What's your input on that fight coming up?
Damn, I really think Mike Perry will take him, but I don't underestimate Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy being whatever, no matter whatever everybody says or think, the guy's put in the work. And this is a sport that we're there, we're by ourselves, and it's him alone. It doesn't matter what his team or how he promotes it. At the end of the day, he's gonna be against his opponent locked in on the ring, and he has to prove something, and he been doing it in his last couple fights. So I don't underestimate him, but I think Mike Perry will take him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like at first when Jake Paul started, I mean, everybody thought it was a joke, you know what I'm saying? Him coming to the boxing ring.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like when he fought Tommy Fury, for instance, I feel like that was like his first real test, you know what I mean? Like a real boxer.
Yeah.
I mean, he came up short on that one, but I mean, I feel like Mike Perry, as far as the experience in fighting, he has way more experience. So I'm very interested to see what happens that fight. I'm actually going to be there in person, actually. I'll be going up to Tampa next week. Yeah, man. So it's going to be a fun one for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I believe the same thing. Like, I think he has chances to take to, just because the experience and greed and meaning that Mike Perry has on his shoulders, especially representing the MMA community.
Yep.
And also he's been boxing for a while only, like being in the bare knuckle scene. And I'm pretty sure he's definitely got better on his hands only. Uh, but like we see, like I mean, his real test of Jake Paul against against Fury, Tommy Fury, he didn't did that bad. He came up short, but he didn't did that bad. So he definitely has some skills. And I think it's gonna be interesting for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. So you were born and raised in Venezuela, right?
Yes, sir.
Were there any struggles that you had to go through in Venezuela?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of starting from the economy that the country was suffering at the moment while I was there. That was one of the main reasons. Besides, like, bro, having being not being able to like pursue my dreams on my own country because lack of opportunities being consequence of the financial deficit on the country. It's like the biggest thing, you know what I mean? Like I'm following a dream that I feel like I'm hindsight that I cannot pursue because everything is kind of like wrong in the country, you know. Like I cannot supplement myself with proper food. I cannot have a good training because the facilities are not in the right maintenance. Also,
Yeah.
um just don't having the chances to go out of the country to test myself, because everything was so expensive. If you get hurt, you get injury or something, it's really hard to recovery, because the lack of medicine. So like all that together, just to put them, just to give you a little piece, it's just been a struggle for a lot of, not just me, but for a lot of athletes that are still there and were there when I was in the country. Um, I will blame that a lot of dream killers, you know.
Yeah. No, of course. And when is it exactly that you ended up coming to the States?
2017.
Oh wow, so you haven't even been here 10 years yet.
Yeah, no, almost split.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how hard was it? Like, because I know you have to get like visas and all that other stuff. How hard was it coming from Venezuela?
Yeah, it was a tough mission, but uh I was putting the same energy as that I was having in pursuing my dream, so I was all in for this, you know what I mean? So I had to make it happen, what however it takes. And we find opportunity to come here, represent the country with the national team of jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
And I was coming to the words as a representative, and I came to the words, and then I just did.
Yeah.
When I was here already, I mean, I couldn't come back. I couldn't go back to Venezuela because I was involved by back then. In those times, I was really involved on the political problems and all this stuff against the government.
Hmm.
So it was like literally life strength for me go back there, because I was having a lot of heat just being a high recognized athlete that was against the government, and
Hmm.
I just wanted the words, and going back to there and put myself in the position to speak and say all the things that I had to say. It would just put me on. It just I was just being more of a target for the government, so I didn't want to take the chance for me and my family. So we just decided to stay here and start making things happen here in USA.
Yeah, man. Definitely. And how did you get your start in professional fighting?
Well, professional. I mean, I started as a kid. You know, it's like almost on my bloodline. All my family's been on any type of sports, on soccer, baseball. Um, my dad's been jiu-jitsu over 25 years. So I started jiu-jitsu when I was 8 years old. Um, since then I was just falling in love with the sport. Then I did my first amateur fight at 16. I had two amateur fights in Venezuela. And then when I came here, like I was, this is I mean, this is what I've been doing since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? So here is where we have really chances to make things happening, and get big things for in the sport. Like comparing to Venezuela, like you can be as good as you want in Venezuela, but you're only gonna get that far. You know what I mean? So when I came here, this is like the dream country, the country of the opportunities, and I decided to take any opportunity that came on my way, and I just keep going, keep pushing, and the opportunity came.
Yep, of course, man. Being a small town kid from Venezuela, I'm sure that
Yeah,
there's a lot of fans and a lot of people out there that can look up to that, because at the end of the day, that's what everybody says, right? Their main goal is to be, say, so for instance, my mom, she's from Bolivia, and she came over here to the States when she was like 7 or 8 years old. It's everybody's dream to end up in the USA. You know what I'm saying? It's the land of the free. You know what I mean? So it's everybody's
yeah,
dream. So I'm sure that you can definitely inspire a lot of people, especially with your story coming from Venezuela, for sure.
yeah. I mean, I receive a ton of messages monthly, weekly of people like being being an inspiration from my side and from my story, and it's just, I mean, at the end of the day, that's one of the things that keeps me going. Uh, I just don't came this far to stay this far. I have bigger goal, bigger things to accomplish, and just be able to inspire people through that, through my journey is good, because I don't know who I'm inspiring. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I might be inspiring the next superstar. I might be inspiring a guy that can change the whole story of his family. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Like
definitely.
just like I'm doing with mine. Like I'm trying to accomplish big things. I can be the same for young kids that are watching me. So that's really important for me, and that's one of the things that that I'm grateful for. You know what I mean? Because I received those messages, and just like motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing, and not just keep it, but like do even better, doing going for more. You know?
Yeah, of course. And with that, you also just had a son, right?
Yeah, I just have a son.
Nice,
He's
man.
turning
Congrats, bro.
years.
So I'm
Thank you.
sure that he's another huge inspiration of yours. I'm sure. Like
Oh,
he
definitely.
definitely he inspires you to keep pushing and to keep being the or being the best version of yourself that you could possibly be.
Yeah, exactly. So that's now. I thought there was a more important things in life till this little baby came in my life, and just those flips are upside down, and everything you look at as different now. You um now, like, just to say my word, just turns around whatever he is. You know what I mean? Whatever he's gonna be, whatever he thinks, whatever he feels like. You know? So even though he's gonna turn only a year and soon, but those are things that you're understanding and you have in your subconscious, that you want to make them feel in the future, and make them proud, and show them what life is. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. His dad's gonna be the next UFC champion, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yes, sir. And how would you describe your regimen of training? Like, how do you prepare for a fight? How often are you in the gym?
I mean, I'm in the gym 24/7. Like, I came an hour and a half ago just to eat. Now I'm leaving in 30 minutes, pretty much. Back to the gym, do like some conditioning. Then at 6 p.m. I go train again my wrestling. Then do some not some pads maybe with the striking coach, and we close for the day. But this is like a full time job, right?
Yeah.
If you put it in that perspective, like I train about 6 to 8 hours a day. So that's, if you look at normal people's schedule on their jobs, it's kind of like the same thing. They work 8 hour shifts, and the only difference that is that I'm not clocking in and clocking out, like basically,
Hmm.
like literally doing that. But I'm the whole day on the gym, and when I'm not in the gym, I'm like watching fights, looking at interviews of fighters or like student technique. You know what I mean? Like this is it's like all that is on my mind. So
Yeah, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you setting aside some time to speak with me. So I won't take too much of your time. But I definitely appreciate it, man.
oh my god, thanks to
Um,
you for the opportunity. It's always a pleasure.
of course. And who are your main training partners and coaches during camp?
Well, training partners, I have a lot. I train with 35ers and 25ers on my gym.
Okay.
So I have Arturo Macaco Vergara, a superstar from Karate Combat now.
Yeah, he just fought
Um,
recently, right?
yeah, he just fought recently. He knocked out some guy on Orlando.
Yeah, that was me. That was
Also
me.
Loxley, yeah, Loxley Montalban, one of my other main training partners, Gus Villamil, my main guy. Adrian Garcia as well. I trained with Jillian Robertson. I trained with Julio Huban. I trained with a couple amateurs too. That are amateurs just because they just start on MMA sport, but like they high level wrestlers. I'm sure they're already like 4 or 5 and amateurs. They're gonna turn pro soon, so they're gonna start making some noise on the pro scene very soon. So yeah, we have a very solid group of 20 25ers and 35ers on my gym. So I'm very grateful for it. And as well, my head coaches are Asim Saidi and Roberto Rodriguez, which is
Okay.
my striking coach, a Mexican, Manguito. Yeah, those are the two key pieces of the my camp.
Okay. And what would you consider your biggest strength as a fighter?
My mind, my mindset.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm super well rounded on any aspect of what MMA takes it. Like being on the ground, being a wrestler, being a jiu-jitsu striker. I feel really complete in all those areas. So now it's just about how you put it together, right? How do you put it together in the spot, in the fight, during the fight, before the fight? So that is where my strength comes. Because I mean that's a philosophy that we use on your gym, and it's not about how strong are you on like physically, because if you're relying on your strength means you probably are lacking of technique, right?
Yep.
So there's no excuse of, oh, he's too strong. No, you might doing it wrong. So we if you do it the right time at the right moment in the right spot, you put your head, you throw your shoulder, whatever you're executing, you do it right. There's no excuses for it. So that's what my mind is right now, and that's how we develop our fighting style. So yeah, that's my biggest strength though.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the mentality of someone that can't be broken, right? I mean,
Yes, sir.
that's your
A
name
part
for
of
a reason,
brokenness.
unbroken. Yep.
Sir.
Exactly. So you fought on the Contender Series almost going on 2 years now.
Yep.
Um, how did that fight I mean, because at the end of the day, there's some fighters that when they lose a fight, they get down on themselves and they start to give up, right? How would you say that
Yes,
motivated
sir.
you and drove you to keep pursuing this?
I mean, that just woke up uh hungry, man. That it wasn't that it was slept, but it was too calm. It was too comfortable. You know what I mean? So that moment, that fight, the aftermath, that's what causes the fire in me. That's light me up. You know what I mean? Like I know how good I did. I know what I'm capable of. I know how I was doing the fight. I was winning. Then this happening. Like that won't take anything away from me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I know I earned the respect of tons of people, and at the end of the day, I understand that this is just part of the game, and this is what we're in. You know what I mean? We've seen it just many times. No, not just in that fight, but like you saw it on for instance, Leon Edwards, Usman winning all 24 minutes, last minute of the fight, boom, got knocked out.
Yeah.
How? You know what I mean? So, but he came back and show up, and you know what I mean? Come back from that. That doesn't define you. So if anything, the best I can do is just motivate you and try and inspire you to get better and make the adjustment that you need to do and stay unbroken. That's my quote.
Yep.
So you gotta be like that, facing any adversity in life, not just in fighting, but in life. So
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. And are there any plans of you potentially going back into the Contender Series?
yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm trying to set up a fight for the first couple weeks of August.
Okay.
That's the goal. I've been trying to set a fight. I fought on May, I think May or April. I don't remember. I fought him on those couple months ago. I lost by a decision, allegedly. but
Allegedly.
yeah, yeah, I'm trying to set up a fight. I was supposed to fight this month, but anything happened. So I'm trying to lock in a date and opponent for August. And I know I'm trying to look for the best prospect or the highest ranked regional fighter out besides me on to fight him at flyweight. So that way that there's no deny. You know what I mean? Like I'm going for the best in regional scene. I'm gonna beat him, and then I'm gonna go either to contender or UFC. It's just a matter of time. I'm just putting the work in, and time's gonna come. So hopefully, I'm trying to lock a date with LFA, or maybe CFFC. I'm not sure yet, but because they haven't sent an opponent yet, they
Yeah,
have dates, but not opponents. I'm asking for the champions, and if it's not the champions, then they're top guys. But I need a guy that is in my same position that is about to make it. So it's life or death at that moment.
yeah, man, definitely. And so how exactly did the opportunity of the Contender Series come about?
Well, like back then, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just hard to find a fight. Like my last fight before that contender fight was in December. We were already on May, and we still couldn't find a fight. It was like 3 fights canceled already. Me being on camp since January. So we're talking about 5 months in camp, and fights keep falling through. So we were like, man, like this is annoying, right? So we saw like making like a little campaign, I would say, of try to push me and make put my name on as many ears as we can. So start making some noise, and it took us about, I'll say, 5 days, and we
Mhm.
got and we got what we wanted. So so it wasn't a surprise. It was consequence, like I say. Like, I mean, it was just a matter of time. Just
Yeah,
like this next opportunity is gonna be. But back then it was just it needed to happen. You know what I mean?
of
Because
course.
like I was one of the biggest prospects going on a undefeated in La Liga in Florida. So I needed a fight. And if regional team couldn't find me an opportunity, it needed to be on a big promotion. So we find that on contender, and they offer us Rafael Filo for September. We were in June. We were on June. Yeah, in June. They offered me like the first week of June for September.
Oof.
We were like, fuck, 3 more months training, half a year, more than half a year training, but at least I had a date, and that's what I wanted from the beginning, because I all this time, well, I actually had 2 dates before with opponent, and they both one pull out a week the fight, and the other one didn't show up to the fight. I was like, I waited and everything, and nothing happened. I didn't thought that would be possible. uh Now on contender, so I was like more safe. I slowed down my training for a little bit and like restart camp,
Yeah.
and we get there. We went there in a good shape, good conditioning, and we were there to show up.
Hell yeah, man. I definitely look forward to seeing you back in the Contender Series. I'm just gonna ask you a few more questions because I know you have to get back to the grind. Um how do you stay focused during fight camp? Because you have your son, how is it exactly that you're staying focused? Is there certain music you're listening to? Is it because I see a lot in your Instagram, you post a lot of Bible verses.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a man of God?
Yeah, yeah, I consider myself man of God. That's what I keep my strength, my that's what I get it from. I mean, I feel like this word is, I don't know if you saw my last post, but like it happens a lot on sports, especially on individual sports, individuals.
Yeah.
But we are running that comparison race of looking, oh, this guy got called, oh, this guy's fighting, oh, this guy got this, oh, this guy, like people, social media specifically, and a lot of outside life, outside yourself, it keeps you running other people races,
Yep.
right? So it makes everybody try to rush their objectives, rush their goals, and that's not how it should be. You should be at your own pace, your own rhythm. You just stay on your line. You focus on you and your people, definitely, because that will be a consequence. But that's what I find. So that's why I'll say, oh, my feet basically is my friends and people that I care about, and just motivational stuff, uh God stuff, Bible verses, just because I want to just keep my circle, my feet on the same atmosphere. You know what I mean? So I don't want to like go out like on girls or fucking yachts and cars and all this, because unconsciously you get into that, like, I want this, I want that,
Yeah.
anxiety. That anxiety, it's killer, man. The anxiety is who kills the pace. So it's really tough, but I do my best, and I feel like I'm finding that balance daily, and that's how I keep just doing what I need to do. I come home, I stay with my son, my wife, then go back to training, did what I need to do today. Now I'm time to chill. Next day we do the same thing, and we stay consistent and put in the hard work, and it won't I won't be surprised when success comes, you know.
Yeah, of course, man. It'll come to you for sure, man. And so what would you what kind of advice would you give to an upcoming fighter?
Never let anyone put you down or put your dreams or goals, no matter how high are they, um being too big for you. I mean that you can accomplish whatever you can, whatever you want. Just gotta be consistent, put in the work. I personally put God first on everything, and that's being my recipe. So
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend that. But we taking religions and beliefs apart. I mean, you just gotta put the work, because nothing's gonna come from the sky. You being on your bed or on the couch doing waiting for something, right? You gotta go for it.
Yep.
Stay in your line. Stay focused on you, not on other people's. Not competing with anyone but you, and that's how you will get better and will get what you want. All right.
All right, man. And last thing, is there anything you want to say for your fans out there?
Thank you for the support. We have probably fighting news soon. Hopefully next month we're back on there, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait. Just a matter of time, like I've been saying. And we're ready to go. We're ready to go, man. This year we're making a big jump.
Yes, sir, man. Making some noise. Well, and once again, man, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me. Ladies and gentlemen, the unbroken one, Roy Echeverria. Appreciate you, bro.
Boom.
Take it easy, bro.
There.
Yo no cambié, fue mi vida la que cambió. Ahora vivo como quiero, la fama fue la que me llamó. Yo no cambié, fue mi vida la que cambió. Ahora no hay tiempo para dormir, no es culpa mía que ya no pueda salir. Yo también empecé desde cero, nadie confiaba y no había dinero. Falsas amistades de mi vida se fueron. Yo no cambié, Mi vida fue la que cambió.